Yo, it's your boy Don, and you already know what it is. Welcome back to the show where I interview different types of people from different walks of life, discussing different topics, whether it's self-improvement, entrepreneurship, or whatever's trending on social media, or whatever I feel like talking about, honestly. I want to make this highlight video to highlight all the best moments of 2023. And with that being said, I would like to thank every guest that has been on the podcast and shared their insights and perspectives on the world, whether we're talking about fitness and how to get in better shape, or what it's like to be an entrepreneur, or things about like what it's like being an artist, or even talking about Jada Smith and Will Smith entanglement issues. You know what I'm saying? Those were all insightful, fun conversations, and they definitely made 2023 unforgettable. That being said, I also wanted to thank viewers, everybody who followed for all this time and subscribed and showed support. I would like to thank those people as well. Further ado, let's dive into the best moments of 2023 of the Donne Colioni show, and let's relive the insights, the laughter, and all that good stuff. Make sure you comment, like, and subscribe. If you've been watching for this long and you haven't done that yet, what's wrong with you? Hit that like button and subscribe. But yeah, let's not waste no time. Let's jump into it.
That's proper. Yeah, like I feel like failure is so important. Like it's just like because when you fail, like I don't know, how do I say it? Like failure is important because I feel like when you fail, it sucks obviously, right? But like the lesson you learn from it and like bouncing back, it just feels better. Like you just kind of feel like you feel more competent in yourself when you bounce back. Like yeah, it sucks in the moment when you fail, but like when you bounce back, it's like oh shit, like can't touch me. You know
Exactly. I think. So I have a quote. It's called like this, the slogan of the brand. It's called "Never Lose Hope." I don't know if the people can see it here. Basically says "Never lose hope." So basically, when you fail, right? People fail. People think it's the end of everything, right? But it's not the end of everything. I think where there's a mistake where people think when they fail, it's the end of everything is when you try to do it for other people. I feel if you do it for yourself, if you're doing something for yourself and you fail, you'll be more okay with it because you don't have the pressure from other people. But once you find yourself doing something because of someone else, that's where like failure is like, oh my goodness, it weighs down on you. It can be personal too, like it can be like vice versa where you're doing it for yourself and there's no pressure, but you take it hard on yourself, which is fine. And but at the end of the day, you should never lose hope. You should not be afraid of failure because everyone fails. Like the richest people in the world, the athletes have all failed multiple times. You know what I mean? Yes, we just don't see that because we just see them succeeding, but they did a lot. They went through a lot. Some things that we may not know for them to get there. So failure can happen 10 times in a row. That 11th try is the one you make it, right? But you just gotta keep grinding and never losing hope through the process.
That's proper. Failure is a superpower, man.
Yeah, it's a superpower. Yeah, it rejuvenates you. You know what I mean? Every time you fail, like you're one step closer to succeeding because you're doing something, you fail. Okay, you know where you went wrong, right? So you're basically a couple steps ahead, right? Because those if it's a 5-step plan and you fail at the second, right? 1 and 2, or the number one's gonna be easy. Master 2. If you get to 3, you fail. Okay, you restart from 1.
Right.
1, 2 is easy. So it's just you're like getting a step ahead each time. It's easier each time, right? But the process is just longer, but the steps are gonna be easier.
You did a video on like hustle culture and stuff.
Yeah.
And I think that video also tied very well with the other video you did on that Pixar movie.
Yeah, Soul,
Soul.
Mhm.
Yeah, do you wanna maybe talk about that?
Yeah, for sure.
So, has your opinion changed since then? Or like, because I know like you made a lot of videos, so like
I would say that when it comes to hustle culture and my mentality of with it, it comes from a cultural perspective. Like being Nigerian, a lot of times we think that we're supposed to work hard to the point that we drop and we die and everything like that. Like that's the mentality, at least for my parents. But now, of course, my generation is like very much soft life. Everybody's enjoying, leisure and everything. And I feel like there needs to be a balance. Like yes, work hard, but not to the point where you end up dying for it, or you don't end up like spending the best years of your life just enjoying your family, your friends, and your community around you. It's not everyday money. It's not every day. Oh, I have to be grinding and I have to be doing this and that.
5 a.m.
Exactly. Like
Ice
you're trying
bath,
to kill
full
yourself.
showers.
Please, like listen. I understand if your career entails that. Like if you are an athlete, that makes sense.
Yeah.
But if you're not an athlete, why are you waking up at 5 a.m. saying mantras to yourself and going into an ice bath so you can wake up yourself in the morning just to go to work? Like I'm sorry, that's a little psychotic. Just a little bit. Like you gotta calm down a little bit, okay? Like I get it. Everything is driven by money nowadays, and I totally understand that. But that at the same time, what's the point of being driven by money when at the end of the day it's gonna leave you? Like you can't leave this world with money. You can't bury yourself with money and think it's gonna teleport with you to heaven. It's not gonna work like that. So like you have to get to the point where it's like, yeah, I'm working out here for money and everything like that, but that's not the essence of who I am. That's not where my value comes from. That's not where my morals come from. That's not who my identity is stemmed into. It's not money, and you have to find real value somewhere else. But with Soul's one of my favorite movies, by the way. I love Disney. I love animation. That's my thing. But I think that finding your true essence is very important for you to navigate your life and everything. At times, I think people go ahead and navigate their life through external things, whether it is money or whether it is certain dreams and goals, and then they make it into an idol in their life, and they don't have a true focus on what they're trying to do. For instance, in Soul, he was like, "Oh, is this it? Like, okay, we did the performance, and then what?" But it's like if you don't understand that your journey in life is the essence of life, then you're just gonna lose out on all the amazing, memorable things that you're doing because you're just trying to chase the dollar, you're trying to chase a dream and everything. Because you end up finding out people who have a dream, they get to the end goal, but then they end up feeling unfulfilled. They end up like not enjoying their life anymore because they worked so hard and they missed out on so many things just so they can get to that one goal that's unfulfilling to them at the end of the day, right? So yeah, I would say soul and hustle culture definitely tie in too. So yeah,
100%. I pretty much agree with like, pretty much everything you said. Like it's like a balance, you know what I mean? The balance of like work and like with Soul. Like, when I watched that movie Soul, it was kind of like, like because you're trying to find his like purpose. Or, you know what I mean? And I feel like even to get to that point, you gotta like it's the experiences. It's the journey. It's not about like the end result.
exactly.
Really. And I feel like we get like you said, we get caught up in like chasing the money, chasing. Don't get me wrong. Like I'm not saying like be a bum, be like a loser. Right? Definitely, you should aspire for something, right?
Yeah.
But at the same time, like it's just balance. Like I guess like you got to figure out like who you are and like what you're willing to do. Like for example, like for maybe some seasons you might be a little bit unbalanced. It might be a little bit more of a grind season. Might be like might be watch anime, right? Might be a training arc for you. You know what I'm saying? Like you might have to go through that training arc. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But eventually, sometimes you got to rest arc. You know what I mean? Like look at Naruto. You know what I mean? You kill Kage. You chill for a bit, but I don't know if that's the best example because after you became Hokage, but y'all get what I'm trying to say. Like there's seasons, So I think that's what it's about.
I would assume like you would have the Toronto accent.
Dog, you have to remember, I lived in Edmonton for like 10 years, right? So like, even now, like my family and the main people that I'm around don't like speak like that, right? And so like, I can have it on and off depending on the people that I'm around, like the Toronto accent. But like, I try not to say anything in it, just because I just want to. This is my natural talking voice. Like I don't want to put on a different talking voice. Just because so.
It's kind of like it sounds like a pirate kind of talking.
He's like, yeah. Like that sound like that, yo. But sometimes it can be hilarious the things that people say here in Toronto. But it's like, once you get here, if you just come, it's gonna be like gibberish to you. You know, but then like once you're here for a while, you start to like understand what these words mean, and so it's like learning a different language, the different words that are said, and so it's just fascinating. Like when you come here and you just like get into that atmosphere of those different type of people who are like native to Toronto, and it's just like you just like discovering just like new culture and everything like that. And it's great, you know what I mean? And
Instead of doing
Toronto's
they have
definitely a place.
shawarma, whatever they
Shawarma. Yeah, man. It's just like, bro, the words and everything is just it's you know it's a unique city. It's a very diverse city, you know, and so it's an awesome place. Absolutely fantastic.
In my head, when I picture Toronto, I'm picturing like you're at a cashier register and you're like, I lie. So your total for the Magnum today is.
It'd be like that in some places, yo. It'd be like that in some places. Some places, yo, you go there and they're like, I lie, yo, wagwan, yo.
Oh God, you're short 2 cents. Oh, that's why you're moving, eh?
Yeah. It'd be like that, bro. It'd be like that sometimes.
Oh,
it really does. It really, really does.
Imagine, like, because I remember I was talking to someone about Toronto, thinking like, yo, imagine, like, I just think of all these stereotypes. So I picture like this, like, you know, hood rat dude. He approaches a girl in the mall and be like, "Shorty, what do you say?" Like,
bro, I've seen people be like that. But the funny thing, bro, is that it works. Because you have to realize that some people are part of the same culture, right? So it's like when you're talking to someone who like understands that lingo, right? They're gonna like they understand what you mean, right? And so because of that, like they pick up on it, and it's like it's really like I don't even know how to describe it. It's just like you can literally be flirting with a girl in like, you know, in like hood man kind of talk, and it's like it'll work. And so it's just like, you know, it is what it is. You know, it's like flirting in a different language. You know, in a different country.
I feel like a lot of Edmonton too is that we kind of like, and it's not really anymore. I don't know this that much anymore, but before when Toronto started to pick up, like a lot of people were trying to copy like the Toronto, like
I remember that. I remember that. And then when I came to like Toronto, I was like, oh, okay, this is like really how it is. Like this is really how it is.
Is it different than our perception, like how here in Edmonton, or is it kind of
okay, what's your perception? What's your perception in Edmonton?
Like I'm just thinking, like everybody talks like I lie.
Nah, that's not like that's not everyone. Because that's like there's not a lot of people who do that. Like when you really look at the grand scheme of like Toronto, like it's a small group of people that do that. It's not everyone. It's not.
Okay. Like I'm picturing teachers.
No, definitely not.
So you have a 10 months to live.
Definitely not. Definitely not. That would be too funny.
So if you go to the power of
it's like
like that's how I'm thinking. That's how I'm thinking. Like Toronto is like,
bro. So it depends. Okay, have I heard anyone like professionally talk like that? I don't know. Maybe in school, like sometimes maybe, but it's like I probably heard like some like young teacher talk like that before. But other than that, you know, everyone else kind of talks with just regular kind of English accent, you know. So, you know, it's not everyone. It's not everyone.
If you're trying to create something for the long time, that changes your perspective. Then it's like if you fail, that doesn't matter. In 10 years, like, okay, look. I bet in high school, when you failed a presentation, you were super embarrassed. You look back now, you don't even notice it.
Yeah.
So if you see at 10-year level, it's like if I fail now, in 10 years, I won't even remember this moment of failure. So then it just puts life into perspective, and it's like it doesn't really matter if I fail and learn. That's how you take that perspective and apply that to building a brand. It's like, well, why would I do that? That's what a brand is. A brand is not a 5-year thing. A brand is a brand that's been built over an extended period of time. Like people shouldn't even use the word brand when they're talking about stuff that they're making. No one's building a brand. They're selling a product, trying to make money. They're trying to make money, not trying to build a brand. And you could tell. Look what I'm doing compared to what everyone else is doing. It's not even like I'm not even trying to boast about it because it's like objective. You can see all these other like clothing companies. It's a picture of a white background. Where's the theme? Where's the story? I'll Call You Tomorrow is doing a great job. Existing Condition is doing a great job. They don't do photo shoots in a white studio. They do like they're trying to build a story. That's a brand. Coca-Cola isn't a white can with like a word on it. It's red. Well, the fuck is red? Yeah, Santa Claus. Like they have campaigns around red, right? They have concept like sharing happiness, and it's not just like an isolated thing. But I have everywhere around. I see people around me. They just use the word brand, but that's not what they're building. They're just selling products. Like, so then the word me has no meaning then. So actually figure out what you're trying to do and don't do it because other people tell you to do it or you think it's cool or you want to make money. Make it for the right reasons.
That was powerful. That was definitely wow.
Mm.
You really about that? That's what I'm saying. Like out of all like these like when it comes to like you actually like read into this shit. Like I noticed like because like when it comes to like brands and stuff like you like I like when that Coca-Cola stuff like I didn't even know like the brand was like about like happiness and like Santa Claus and stuff like that. Like I didn't even know the story, but it goes to show that you actually like go and like take the time to research.
I knew this before I started a brand.
Okay.
So that's the advantage that I had is like I've been in the design scene for a long time. And branding is my thing. I love brands. So I would like there's all these YouTubers that just do case studies, Coca-Cola, Walmart, and how they came to what they are today.
Mm-hmm.
And there's case studies on their marketing strategies because I love strategy and consulting and what McKinsey does.
Mm-hmm.
And so I take that. So I've just been learning in the past all the time about like, well, why is Coca-Cola big? Well, how this shit is the same. How are they so big? You know, like figuring out like it's like that. It's a holistic experience that they're creating because they don't. The thing that I love about branding is in the markets where every company has the same product. Why is a customer buying something else if it's the same thing? That's so fascinating to me. And so that's like when I talk about Coca-Cola. Well, they have the happiness thing, and so like every commercial is like around that sort of concept. And then Santa Claus is like a huge marketing campaign for Santa Claus with Coke. It's a huge thing. They do it like every Christmas. But yeah, it's like they have a concept, you know. And for me, it's the same shit.
So if you want to make $100,000, two people can have the same goal, but those two people can't get there the same way. So you could have a job that makes $100,000, but this person absolutely hates 9 to 5. They can't get to $100,000 that way. But this person loves that job. They'll get to $100,000. And so understanding that we're all different and we all have different goals, and even if we have the same goal, we're going to get there differently. And so there's no answer to which one it is. It's about doing that inner work. You see what I'm saying? I think we live in a society where we're trying to generalize everything when everybody's different. There is no answer. Everybody's trying to be controversial. You should do this. You should do that. Who are you? That's what you should be asking yourself. You feel what I'm saying? And then like then you'll start to figure these things out. Like I went to college. If I was to go about life again with the stuff I know, I wouldn't go to college. But did I need to go to become the person I am today? Yes. So like there's different scenarios for everybody. Like we're just being honest. College costs money. Do you have the money? Do you want to be in loans? Like, is your career a path you have to have a degree in? It's not that complicated. Is college kind of crazy how much they price it? And is some of the education kind of pointless? But are some jobs, don't you just kind of need a degree? Yes. Like there's answers to all these questions, but there's no general answer.
Do it like the show I'm acting in right now, the lead actress, me and her like share a few intimate scenes with each other. And it's like, at first, it wasn't awkward because we know each other and we're both very professional. But the only way we could get through it is just laughing at each other and making fun of each other.
Isn't that awkward? Have you like were you like make out with a person like
it's the job. You just get used to it because I've also been acting for so long, so it doesn't really bother me. Yeah. I feel more uncomfortable if the other person's uncomfortable.
What if they're in like relationships? Is that like
it's the job and their partner doesn't understand?
That's the hard thing. It's like you're just doing the job. And what's nice now is like they have people called like intimacy coordinators. So it's like
I always thought they CGI.
Yeah, right.
No, they really be doing it.
They like I don't know. There's like a lot of like, especially now, especially after like Me Too and stuff. Like there's a lot of infrastructure to help. But I think about like when we were making movies when we were 17,
we did not have any. And Tom, some of the sex scenes Tom would have to do, like I did one, like when I was young, and it wasn't that bad. But some of his were just like everyone's just they were rough, you know, and. Wow. Yeah. There's not much else to say. You have to watch it.
Or not.
Or not, yeah. But even what he's saying about the intimacy director, like for the show I'm working with, she called from Vancouver, and it was so funny because she's on webcam and she has a dummy that she's holding. So she's like, okay, put your hands here. Is that okay? Like, is that comfortable? And like, you know, that's those days where you laugh it off. I'm like, I have such a cool, weird job, you know? So like, no, it's honestly one of those things. You just have to get over it. I've done a theater show where the other partner was uncomfortable. I'm like, I don't fucking care. I'm here to do a job. I'm not trying to here to date her. No, like we're working, you know? And like, yeah, it can be tricky. I've just been lucky enough to be involved with artists. So I've personally never had to worry about that. Luckily, yeah, I've just had to deal with it on the other side where I'm like, sorry about your boyfriend, it's not my problem.
Like the boyfriend, whatever, was like, you can speak, like, just all like, look to the set, watch me, hey, watch the heads.
They definitely know. Like, if that ever happened, I would have no problem being like, dude, get the fuck out. Like, you need to be supportive of your partner, and also it's about trust too.
Yeah.
Just trust them. Like, I don't know, and unfortunately, I don't know. Sometimes bad things do happen. We all know Mr. and Mrs. Smith. Like, Brad Pitt was not dating Angelina Jolie before that movie, and then after he was. So, but that's also on my end. I think that's quite unprofessional. So so it's about professionalism at the end of the day.
Even for vaccines, right? Vaccines. I'm like, I got both my vaccines. Right? So I'm like, oh, I'm all good. But then it's like, but like to force someone. To do it, that's where I'm like, that's not right. Like, that's a personal decision. Right. And then Trudeau has the audacity to come out in one of the press conferences and say, we didn't force anyone. Dude, come on.
Threaten college students. You're getting kicked out of your thing if you don't do that. That's their future.
You can't get on a bus. You can't get on a plane. You can't go back to your job. How is that not force? That's like, that's force. Like, you don't need to beat a guy with a bat to force him into something. So it was one of those things where I was like when he said that, I was like, come on, man. Like, I'm vaccinated and everything, but you definitely force people to get vaccinated, right? And I wasn't forced. Like, I didn't need to get them, but I wanted to get them, right? Because just everybody said it was safe and stuff, and I'm probably gonna get into this topic anyway. So, so I got it, and so it's like I'm fine with it. But I would never look if someone told me I'm not vaccinated. I would never look at them like, oh my god, get away from me. Like, I would never do that.
Fun fact, actually, before I got vaccinated, I was gonna get the vaccine not even a week later, and guys were like, people were like, oh, you're not vaccinated. You're part of the dude. I'm going tomorrow. The fact that you waited this long, I'm like, bro.
Typical.
I was like, you guys are crazy. Like, bro, the way I got attacked for I was like, dude.
You know what's crazy about it too? Now, it's like no one cares.
Yeah, no one cares.
It's gone. So it's like you literally you caused such a divide. For it not to matter. That's why I always thought it was so there was no reason to force anyone. You want to do it, do it. You don't want to do it, it's a personal decision, whatever, right? But that way you don't create a divide amongst people as well. But man, he literally went out and he said, we didn't force anyone. I was like, no way. I'm like, I'm vaccinated, and I can tell you did force people to get vaccinated, right? So when you threaten people's lives, their wages, you threaten the way they bring their money and their food to their kids and stuff, that forces people, right? So see, that's what I'm saying. I'm vaccinated, but it's just I could also see the other side.
That actually was the thing that made me become kind of neutral, a bit more aware, move slightly, move to the right a little bit more. It's like they pushed me. There's this meme I saw where it's what's it called? It's like left versus right thing. It's like this left right thing, and then there's people standing on it, and the people on the left is like, oh, I don't like this thing, and they just kick you over to the right. They push you. They push you over. You're not one of us. You're a traitor.
Because especially now, because we were just talking, right? How extreme two sides are, right? I'm gonna say it. I'll be honest. I feel like conservatives are still pretty where they were. I feel like they're still based in common sense. I feel like the left
they went far.
They drive a bit. So it was.
But it's I'm not gonna look at someone different for an experience in their real life, because what they're creating is an art form. Once again, I sound like a fucking philosopher, but even R. Kelly and shit, what he did was really fucked up. But I'm not gonna I'm not sitting there thinking about what he did when I'm listening to his music. I'm trying to enjoy the music. I'm not sitting there thinking about, oh, did Tori actually shoot this bitch in her foot? No, I don't. Bro, I just want to hear him go crazy. Doesn't matter. But
it's separating the artist from the
because bro, everyone has some fucked up history. Think about how much bro, I'm gonna be so real. Look at Michael Jackson is the best artist ever. Undeniably, he has to be in your top 5. And it's bro, there's a lot of proof behind some of that stuff that was a little questionable, okay, it's a little weird, but is it still Michael Jackson? Is he still GOAT? Yeah, of course,
Oh, 100%.
Like one of my biggest idols. That's not gonna change because like that's his personal life. You have to separate those things. It is what it is.
It's like in a way, it's like kind of like you like looking at a painting, like I like this painting, even though the guy who painted it, it's kind of messed up.
Yeah, well,
but then it's a nice painting though.
Yeah, well, and that's the thing is like you have to just take it surface level. You don't, but like the way social media is and how life is, everyone wants to go really deep. And to be real, everyone's bored. Like that's like no one has shit going on, and like especially on people that are posting on like Instagram, posting on social media. It's like, bro, you're bored, bro. Like, go do something because they just want to be. They're so involved with these people that don't give a fuck about them. Like, no one gives a fuck that Kanye divorced Kim and y'all. Like, no one cares, bro. Like, go get some money. Like why am I going to sit here and be so concerned about something that like these people don't know who I am? Like, why does it matter? And that's like. But social media has to be problematic enough to like give people a reason to watch. Like and some people can't take that at face value to understand that, and that's okay. That's the whole point. It's like
you got two people from opposing sides, and they're able to talk to each other and respectfully disagree. And for the people watching, it's so educational because you get to see two totally opposing sides, and then now from watching that, you get to figure out, okay. Well, he's got a point here. He's also got a point here. Okay, maybe I can find a place in the middle. You know what I mean? You don't got to be so polarized.
Yes, exactly. That's the problem. It's like, okay, are you liberal or are you conservative?
Exactly.
Like,
let me tell you about it.
People like to think that we're the representative democracy. How is it representative if they give you two choices? If they're like, you got to be this or this, how could you fully agree with one thing or the other? Like, no, you don't. Like that's why
left versus right.
Like, you're not fully left or you're not fully right.
Yeah.
Like, come on here. Like, we're that's the problem.
And I feel like a lot of people, they put too much. I like you bring this is something I've been thinking about a lot. They put too much emphasis into the politics where it's like, it's like they think, oh, if this guy wins, if this party wins or whatever. Oh, like I'm like my whole life's gonna change. I'm gonna be driving a Benz the next day. I'm gonna be in a mansion. All my life's problems are you're still gonna be in the same job you hate.
They all gonna at the top they all know each other. At the top they're all friends. People think the government is like they think that like they control the government. They think the government controls.
It's not even government too, it's corporations.
It's all exactly. It's like they don't understand that it's a hierarchy here. And the richest people are always on the top.
The richest ones are on the top.
The richest people are on the top. They think the government regulates things. The real government doesn't regulate the rich. The government does
because it's the rich. They actually fund these government campaigns. They give them money. Oh, you don't like some laws? Hire some lobbyists. Tweak laws. They just steal money. You know what I mean? Like they're puppets.
It's a hierarchy, right?
Hierarchy. You know what I mean? Like I feel like rich. Real talk. I feel like, and that's why I have adopted the mindset of just like, let me just focus on, if you want to get involved in politics, cool, whatever. But my mindset is like, okay, let me try to focus on myself. Let me become the best version of myself, increase my market value and all that stuff, so that I can make my own life better instead of putting my faith in a man in office who I think is gonna be my savior. First of all, you know what I mean. You're like I said, like I'm going back to like idols. You're making this political party like an idol. You're God. You know what I mean? Like God already gave you the resources. All the resources we need are all around us. We just gotta, you know what I mean? Like David, you just gotta find the string, the stick, the thing to take out the Goliath in your life, right? You know what I mean? The resources are here. You can change your life. You don't need no government to like. You know what I mean? Like I feel like people put too much faith in the government to like change your life. It's like nah, like you can change your life yourself, bro. You can do it. You don't need to like, you know what I mean? Like no human is coming to save you. Not Trump, not Biden, not Trudeau, not whoever the mayor is. I don't know his name. No one's coming to save you unless it's God. But He's already giving you the resources to change your life.
He's giving you the wood to build the boat.
Exactly. Real talk. Like I feel like it's just a lot of this. Like how do I say it? Like this mentality of like, you know what I mean? Like it's a limited mindset where it's like we have like if you can talk, walk,
breathe, hear, sing, whatever. Like you can do anything you want with your life. You don't need to put your faith in like some mayor, some president, or prime minister. Oh, he's gonna change my life when he wins.
my life, thank you.
It's like, nah, bro.
Nah, that ass, bro.
God saved your life. That's who saved your life.
Exactly.
Nah, y'all niggas speaking facts, bro. How do you do that? A whole other man, the same guy that has the same, breathes the same thing you drink, the same water you drink, does shit to the same toilet you shit in, and you're like, this nigga my
Exactly.
this nigga better save my life here.
Exactly.
If he changes that, wow, oh my god, next year I'm going on 2 vacations instead of 1.
Yeah. Instead, if you
stuff that shouldn't be public.
Yeah.
And that whole dynamic, that whole relationship, that whole situation
Yeah.
is just one of those things where it's like it's public, so everybody has an opinion when everybody shouldn't, because it's not their situation. But man, looking in from an outsider's perspective, wow, it's not looking good.
It's not looking good, bro.
Right? But man, we love you though, Will. We love you, man. We always here for you, fam.
100%. I don't know. I've mentioned it before on the podcast and other videos. Like, I got huge respect for Will. You know, iRobot, Men in Black, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Like, definitely, like, you know, I'll ride out for that guy. But it's disappointing when I see the stuff that's going on. Like, I hope he's doing good mentally, all that stuff. But it's just like,
for real, bro.
Yeah, like you said it perfectly. There's just some stuff that you just shouldn't like.
Should we put?
Why is there red table talk?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Like, why is that your topic for the video? Like, it doesn't make sense. But
I was singing, you know, Payphone?
Yeah, of course.
And at the time, Payphone and that song "Call Me Maybe" came at the same time. So I'm singing, I'm at a payphone. I'm like, hey, oh shoot, wrong lyric. And then after that, I froze, and then you hear the music. I remember one guy, he took his phone out and just started recording me. I'm just there like, so I stood there for a good 3 minutes.
That's what I'm saying. You just look at them and it's just like, damn, like I can't just stand up here. Let me go. Oh my gosh.
It's bad. And then after the song is about, and I'm like, I might as well say something. I keep going. Yeah. I try to finish off strong.
No, but oh my god, hold on. It was more of a afterwards, like after that happened, I looked at it and I was just like, yeah, if I'm going
have that like security in yourself that like I'm him or her. You know what I'm trying to say? You know what I'm saying?
Please, no. Like it's giving red pill right now, but it's okay. It's okay. I'm him. Like, wow, that's crazy. Listen, we just making videos, and that's what I mean. Okay, I understand.
Because like with your music, I've noticed too. You have some new music coming out.
Yeah.
And then I noticed this is more turning your light skin out a little bit. Turning your light skin out a little bit. This guy's making more like this. How do I say it? Like not like kind of like love songs, but like these.
It's just like yeah, I know exactly what you're saying. You know, I know exactly what you're saying. I call them light skin songs, but you know, like yeah, I know. Yeah, honestly, it's been. I feel like my older music was more towards the men. Yeah, and like I just wanted to, like, you know what I'm saying? Like I love my woman out there. Yeah. So I had to just showcase how much I really love my woman out there, you know? Yeah, so I feel like I'm bringing that out more. That side of me more.
That mix.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Right. Because you want to appeal to both men and women.
Of course. And I feel like that's what my songs do a really good job of. If that makes sense. Like it still appeals to the men, but the women can sing it and dance it too, you know?
Yeah. I didn't know any of the songs. I only knew I listened to the last the day of the concert.
I think he needs to be canceled.
I listened to the last day of the concert. I'm not gonna lie. I'm assimilated. I'm trying to like, you know, get back to my roots. You know, looking at me like, yo, this guy.
Yo, he went to the whole concert and heard last the day of.
I heard, oh God. I remember I was at my homie's group. Was like, yeah, he's like, yeah, man, like, listen to last, so it's just so you won't be a little bit lost. I'm like, okay. Oh, okay.
A little bit lost.
And I was like, oh, shy, yo. You know, I was like.
No comment. I'm just gonna let you go.
That's what I'll do. I totally agree with you, bro. Totally agree. As in, they'll make a couple of jokes about what it is you're doing.
Exactly.
Like, What do you think you're gonna get 1 million followers, bro? Like, do you think that's possible? Like, they just say some stupid things like that. Like, they're trying to downplay your success.
Exactly. They'd be like, "How your little business going? How's your little
Yeah.
podcast going?" They'll be like,
Exactly.
and they'll be like, "Wow, that's gonna be a long time before you know." Just like,
oh, your videos haven't gone viral yet. Oh, that's sad, bro. That's what I hear. But it is what it is, man. What can you actually say? You can't control how people feel towards you, so it is what it is.
One of those things where it's just like, kind of just gotta ignore the naysayers, the haters, and just kind of do you.
100%, man. 100%. Yeah, that's what I mean. People always question what they don't understand, innit? What they don't understand. If they don't like it, it's like,
yeah,
I'm gonna downplay it because you're doing what I can't do. I'm just gonna downplay it. That's how you see it, bro. That's why you have haters. But if you got haters, that means you're doing something right. That's how I look at it.
Facts. That's facts. Like, I've kind of like realized that recently. Like, I kind of just try to appreciate the haters because like that's the reason why they hate. Because because what they realized recently is the thing about haters is that they're actually like fans, but they're just like they're fans, but they're just confused. They don't know how to show. They don't know how to show love. They're just kind of like that's the way I see it. They're two sides of the same coin. They're really a fan of you, but it's like when they see you shine, it kind of gives them. It brings light to their insecurities, and they're like, "Ah, shoot, F this guy." You know what I mean? Like, they can't help it.
That's actually funny. That's a funny take. Yeah, it's like they don't know whether I should support him or I should mock him.
Yeah.
And then let me continue watching him. Yeah.
Exactly. The day I realized this a couple because
YouTube, I lost shorties from doing YouTube. Like,
actually,
yeah, I've sacrificed a lot, bro.
So you sacrificed shorties going down this path.
I knew before I started. I knew I was going to. I knew I'm going to sacrifice a lot of shit, a lot of hoes. I was prepared for it, but
so why do you think the shorties? Why would it be a sacrifice to shorties? You know what I mean? Like, wouldn't they be like, "Oh, cool, he's doing YouTube. That's so cool."
Because I don't do their type of content. You feel me?
Say, like, what do you think they?
Like, the minute they see a backseat video, they don't even watch it, but they're like, "Ew, what the fuck?"
They see a what video? Like a
backseat video. They'll be like, "Ew, what the fuck? Why is this backseat video?"
Backseat, yeah.
Backseat, yeah.
Really? Yeah. I mean, the backseat videos are pretty popular though. Like, I feel like it's
shows. It's always been loved.
It's always been loved. Yeah.
Funny enough, actually, there's my first club show I ever did. This was weird, bro. I still don't understand it. A dude, while I was rapping into the mic, a dude jumps up on stage right in front of me. And I didn't know what to expect. I was.
Oh, he jumped up on stage.
He jumped up on stage right in front of me. He's standing right in front of me. I didn't say anything. I was busy rapping, so I kind of like walked past him and I kept doing my thing. I thought he was gonna start dancing or something. Bro, he winds up, punches me in the face.
What?
As hard as he can, bro.
What?
Yeah, bro. I don't even know. I still don't know who the guy was. I have no idea. And then he turns around. So I didn't fall over, but I was like, what the fuck just happened?
Yeah.
And then when I like kind of got my bearings, he had already turned around and sprinted off the stage. Security got him. But yeah, so I was met with hate at that moment, you know?
Yeah, shit.
But other than that, bro.
Was he masked up or like, is he wearing a mask?
Nah, bro. Nah. He was just some random dude.
Like, I was like, why?
I don't know. I have no idea. It was the weirdest thing. Yeah, I jumped off stage after him. Chased him, obviously. You can't just punch me in the face.
Yeah.
My boy caught me though, and then security caught the guy.
Yeah.
And so I went back on stage. I just kept doing the song.
The show.
And yeah, man, it was weird. It was really weird.
What year was this?
This was 2018, bro. So way back.
I'm just like, what possesses someone to just jump on the stage and be like, "Yo, I'm just gonna like,